don't buy the Ally X.
Oh, no, you didn't do it.
Oh, I did. I've said it. I have said it.
And can I just acknowledge from the start that you're a massive hypocrite? A massive hypocrite. Because what did you do, Andy?
I've pre-ordered one. And no, Asus are not sponsoring us. We're not getting one for free, even though I've got one right here, which is a test unit, and it is going back to them. I'm buying one with my own money.
Full retail price.
There we go.
So really, this isn't don't buy the Ally X. This is more, who is the Ally X for, and is it for all gamers?
Yes.
And primarily our audience, which is mainly kind of console gamers, Steam Deck owners, Switch owners.
Yeah.
It's probably not for you, so don't buy it. But we're going to tell you why, and then maybe why you could consider it if you're loaded.
Well, exactly. Yeah, if you got money, ignore this video, just buy one.
Just go buy it. It's amazing.
Just go buy it. But if
you're
not,
like the rest of us,
and because it's a steep price, like £800, which is probably the same in dollars. You know, it's a big asking price. It really is. But I think it's a very specific niche of people that it's aimed at, and like we said, it's probably not aimed at most gamers.
Yes. Yeah, I think a lot about our core audience, which, I mean, we started off with like Nintendo content and the kind of Switch owners.
Yeah.
And kind of more broadly, that kind of console player base, which is the world I'm from.
Yes. Yeah.
It's potentially not for people like me that I don't like to tinker under the hood too much. I don't have enough time to, or particular interest in it. Yeah. I kind of like, let's face it, I'm dumb.
It's laziness. You want to press the button and be in the game. That's what it is.
Yeah, no, that's actually totally fair. I'm lazy.
Yeah.
So if I want a good handheld gaming experience, the Steam Deck is the Steam Deck is king, like we've said many times before.
Yeah. It's the Nintendo Switch of the PC world.
Yeah, absolutely. And Nintendo Switch is a really good point, because if you're on the edge of buying something new and you're thinking about stepping into handheld gaming, or maybe you're already there, the Nintendo Switch 2 is right around the corner, and we don't know what that's going to be capable of.
No, but it's going to be good.
It's not going to be anywhere remotely near the ROG Ally X in performance.
No, not at all.
Of course not. But it is going to be an incredible piece of gaming hardware. We know that there's going to be certain AAA games that are likely to be available on it.
Yeah.
Call of Duty has already been muted as one of them.
Absolutely, yeah. Microsoft have already said with complete parity, so everything is there on the Switch 2, and that's going to be next year.
So if you were potentially thinking about a simple-to-use handheld gaming console, the Switch 2 is probably worth waiting for in that situation. Yeah. And I can't imagine it costing much more than the Steam Deck costs.
No, I reckon it's going to be about £400 price point, whereas the Steam Deck OLED starts at $450.
Yeah, if you want an entry point into PC gaming at the moment, then Steam Deck is the best way to do that.
Steam Deck is the way to go.
OLED.
Yeah, well, specifically the Steam Deck OLED, but even the LCD deck, which constantly goes on sale, and you can even find them in the second-hand market even cheaper. So it's a real good step in. But again, even as console players, the Steam Deck could even be slightly out there, because it's still more aiming at the PC audience, I find.
Yeah, you know, true.
It's more like a secondary thing. You've got your gaming rig, you're a hardcore PC gamer, but you just want to play some Steam games on the go. There's the Steam Deck OLED. Yes, I do think we've now seen a huge movement of console gamers coming to PC because of the Steam Deck, but I still think that's a small percentage of people that would rather wait for the Switch 2, an Xbox handheld or a PlayStation handheld, as opposed to going to a Steam Deck. But it is there, and I do agree that anybody can use a Steam Deck. You could give a Steam Deck to a 5-year-old and they could use it.
You made a really good point as well. There's obviously... I'm going to exclude the PlayStation Portal from this conversation, because I think it should be excluded from gaming history in general.
Yeah, the Portal itself. Yeah, that's not even a thing. Yeah,
but we know for certainty there's a PlayStation handheld that will be coming.
Yes,
rumors are it's going to be called the PSP 3.
Yeah. Where's the number 2?
We don't know, but that's missing, like the Portal should be.
Yes.
There may be an Xbox handheld coming as well.
Yeah, next couple of years, definitely.
So for the console gamers, there's going to be a lot of choice there.
Yes.
So if it's just about handheld gaming and you're looking for a secondary console that's handheld, if you're from the console space, it's a push to tell you to spend £800
Absolutely.
on the ROG Ally X.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have some time, some effort, and some knowledge about PC gaming to get the best out of it.
Yes, yeah, totally. Yeah, it is still a PC. It's like, unlike the Steam Deck where it's its own thing, it's based on Linux, and they've really tried to make it easy to use. Ally X is just full on, it's a laptop or a desktop, and you've got to have some basic understanding of how to install launchers, like Steam or Epic Games or Blizzard Battle.net or Xbox Game Pass, like that kind of stuff. You still have to actively go and do that. And potentially you might run into some issues. But I would say actually this is even less for PlayStation players, because you're then going to have to fully step into the world of PC gaming and start from scratch. All your games you're going to have to buy again. You're going to be spending out. I'd say it's less of a jump for Xbox players because of Xbox Game Pass, which is totally available, natively playing on the ROG Ally X. So
it's kind of what Game Pass was made for, to be fair. And this feels like this generation of handheld PCs feels like what Game Pass was meant to be made for. It's what it was designed for. I can take my Xbox game with me.
Yes.
And play it on like the bleeding edge of APUs. It's pretty mental as an Xbox machine, as a Game Pass machine.
It is ridiculous. And it's so funny, their taglines, Xbox's tagline and Asus's tagline are like hand in hand. You've got Microsoft of play anywhere. Yeah. And now Asus playing all your games. So it's like it's designed to be. And you could buy an Ally X as an Xbox player and not even bother with Steam or Epic Games and not spend any money on games and just have an active Game Pass subscription, which you probably have already because you got an Xbox, right?
Almost certainly, yeah.
And you don't need to spend any money on games. You just have your subscription and you're playing on Xbox and on this handheld PC without any money. And
in a minute, but through the second half of 2024 into 2025, you're gonna have AAA game after AAA game dropping day one Game Pass. We saw it at the Developer Direct. It was insane. At least a dozen AAA releases Game Pass, wasn't it?
And I can pretty much bet that all these games are going to have cross-save because Microsoft have been... I mean, Phil Spencer himself uses an Asus ROG Ally 1. No doubt he's probably got an X already. But, yeah, exactly. But he loves that. And his biggest thing was, let's take Fallout 76, is that it's not cross-platform saves. And he said, it really bugs me that I'm playing Fallout 76 on my Xbox console. Then I go on a flight or whatever and I want to play... I don't know how he gets Wi-Fi on the plane. I suppose that's a thing now. But he's like, I want to...
thing.
Yeah, I suppose it is. I'm just living in the past. But, he gets frustrated that his save is not on his Ally because the PC servers are different from the Xbox servers. So we've been seeing more and more games have a cross save where you can play on Xbox and use it like a Nintendo Switch. You play at home on your Xbox, you hit save. Oh, I'm going to go catch a train now, get my Ally out, load up the same save, and it probably plays better on the Ally anyway.
Could this be... Okay, so I'm trying to think of like the gamers that it's for that aren't just the high-end PC gamers, because obviously it's for them. If you're used to gaming on a laptop, this is 100% for you.
Oh, totally.
And you're saving money compared to buying a new laptop.
Yeah.
For those people that are maybe between console generations, maybe they've not jumped into the PS5, Xbox Series X generation yet.
Yeah.
Or they got it day one and they want an upgrade.
Yeah.
Could this be your only gaming device? And is it worth it as your only gaming device?
It really depends on the Switch problem, right? It's handheld, but most people play docked. So it depends. If you're someone that sits at home and you sit with your PlayStation 4 on currently or your Xbox One, and you just want to play at home and that's it, then probably not. It depends. If you've got a 1080p TV still, what year is this? but
there's still a lot of people that do.
I know most people do, but then you're going to get a really good experience out of this. However, if you're someone that sits at home and you don't get much time to play because you're limited to a home console that's sat in front of your telly, maybe you're you know, I don't know, reading the kids a bedtime story and you're sat there like waiting around or whatever, I don't know. Or if you're like...
You tell you don't have kids.
No, I've got a big dog. But, you know, maybe you're like traveling a lot for work and you want to be at home sat in front of your TV playing games, and you're traveling from hotel to hotel or flights or whatever, or however you live your life, but you're missing some sort of portable thing. Absolutely, this could be your only one and done system. And I would be happy doing that myself. I could totally get rid of everything and be happy myself with an Ally X, but I come from a PC background that just happens to also love consoles. Do you know what I mean? So I'm very experienced in PC, been building PCs like 20 years and stuff. So I'm experienced, whereas purely only console players might find it a little bit like of a struggle at first, but I don't think it's a big gap. Like it's not a lot of learning to do. I'm making it sound like there's this big like gated thing. It's easy. It's just it's going to be a bit alien at first.
And like all problems that you get with any computer, the answer's on the computer. You Google it.
Exactly.
You just Google it. Someone else has had that problem.
Exactly. And that's the benefit, actually, of Windows, despite the fact that we do think that Microsoft should release like a gaming, like a portable version of Windows that's like trimmed all the rubbish. Like, because it's not, and because this is actually Windows 11, all your answers are on Google. Whether someone's on a laptop or a PC, if your game ain't running, it's not going to necessarily be linked to the fact that you're running an Ally X. It's probably linked to Windows, in which case there's millions of people with an answer online that's probably going to work for your Ally.
We've said it a few times in the different bits of coverage we've done of the Ally X, but that's also where I think this really excels, is if you change your perspective slightly about what this is. This isn't a console.
No, this
is a laptop that's small. And actually, it's better than that, because it's a laptop that's small that's really easy to dock to your TV if you want to.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it is your home console, it is your handheld console, and it could potentially be your computer for what you would ever use a laptop for: productivity, light work, internet browsing. It's all of those things.
Exactly. And to be fair, in my case, I could get rid of tablets now, because I always use tablets as a way to watch movies whilst traveling, whereas this is just a PC. I can download and install Netflix, download movies and programs, and with a single USB-C to HDMI adapter, I could go to a hotel, plug that in, plug it into a TV. Now I've got all my movies or whatever.
But also, in that scenario, say you're going to a hotel, you could also bring two controllers with you.
Oh, yeah, because you can. It supports up to 4 controllers being on it at the same time. So,
So it's an incredibly versatile machine. Is it for all gamers? No, definitely not.
No, I don't think so.
Is it really expensive?
Yes.
It's really expensive.
Very expensive.
It's double what you're going to pay for PS5 right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's just made no bones about it. But does it offer way more than all of those other offerings?
Yeah,
it does.
In a really convenient, portable, high like FPS potential like system. You know, this isn't the Nintendo Switch. You're not going to be running at 26 frames per second, watching stuff pop in like terribly. You're going to be playing like Call of Duty at like 100 FPS. Do you know what I mean? Like it's incredible.
What did you play Call of Duty at?
About 100 FPS. We're not allowed to talk about performance. Yeah, we're not.
They said we're not allowed to show benchmarks.
Oh, so
and
we
then
can talk
I saw
about
other people.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Showing benchmarks.
Yeah,
so
that's really
I'm like,
weird.
Do you know what?
Who cares?
You got like 100 FPS, and you were getting like 2.5 hours battery life.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's so good. And the other thing as well, you can actually create custom, like, I know this is available on the original, but you can create custom power profiles. So you're not limited to the 10, 15, 25, and 30 watt. You can create your own. So if you want to run it at 18 watts, then you can do. Do you know what I mean? Like you can chop and change it. Like it's great. It's really good.
It's incredible. So like I say, is it for all gamers? No. And I think a lot of people that watch our videos, it probably isn't for you. And if you've sat there, you've just got a Steam Deck, because Andy bangs on about them all the time.
I love the Steam Deck.
Don't be sad, because it is amazing. The Steam Deck, and specifically the OLED, is phenomenal.
And keep in mind,
still think is the king of handhelds, just because of its broadest appeal.
Yeah, I think. I agree. Yeah,
this is the bleeding edge of handhelds right now. So
this is like I said earlier. I think the Steam Deck is the Nintendo Switch of the PC community. The Ally is the Xbox Series X. Do you know what I mean? In
Yeah.
comparison, like it is the jump up. It's the PS5 versus the Switch. You know, the Steam Deck
Yeah.
is incredible. I love what it does. It's got a bigger reach. More people will enjoy that. But for those that want absolute, like, the best, then the Ally X is there. And it gives you no limitations. With Steam Deck, you are absolutely limited to Steam. Yes, you can stream other games and have funky workarounds. I've done it all. But it's not a great experience as opposed to running stuff natively on the X with brilliant performance.
It's huge. It's huge. I'd love to know what you guys think. Let us know down in the
Absolutely.
comments below. If you're planning on getting the Ally X, maybe you've already put the pre-order in, like Andy has, unlike me, because I can't afford it, because ASUS won't pay us.
No.
And whilst you're down there digging around in the comments, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of our future content. And of course, what else should they do, Andy?
Become a member! Yeah, you can see these videos early if I remember to make them available to our members, which I sometimes forget. But you can also you can become a member on our Discord channel, a private Discord. Yeah, we go for members. That's really convoluted. There we go.
All the words. And before you go after that barrage of words, watch another video from us. Maybe Andy's dedicated review will pop up in between our faces somewhere around here. So until the next time.
Bye.
Different every time.